Welcome to the slide/video training program on money making opportunities in the digital world and global online space. According to Salary Explorer, Payscale.com, and other salary calculating agencies, the average social media specialist/manager in Nigeria earns between 150 to 508,000 naira monthly. As you can see on your screen, this is the structure that Salary Explorer came up with, and then various cadre of social media specialist/manager, how much they earn, and then based on their computation, they came up with an average monthly salary of 326,000 naira for a social media specialist or manager. So those persons earn so much money, even in Nigeria. That's the structure, the computation by Payscale.com. And as you can see by the bottom right-hand side of the screen, this figure was updated just April the 1st, 2021. So it's quite a recent figure that they came up with, and really authentic. Also, Salary Explorer and Payscale.com stated that the average web developer/designer in Nigeria earns between 150 to 476,000 naira monthly. And based on their computation, also they came up with an average monthly salary of 300,000 naira for a web developer or designer in Nigeria. That's the computation by Payscale, and they also came up with a similar figure for the salary of a web developer or designer in Nigeria. Also, social media manager, the job social media manager ranks number 42 on the CNN/Payscale list of top 10 careers with big growth, great pay, and satisfying job. Now, CNN Money, which is the money/investment arm of CNN, the global news network, came up with a list of top 10 careers with big growth, great pay, and satisfying work, and social media manager ranks number 42 on that list. And also, according to LinkedIn, there has been an astronomical 1,357% increase in social media position listed on the platform since 2010. Now, still CNN and Payscale, on their list, they also said that Webmaster ranks number 14 on the list of top 10 careers with big growth, great pay, and satisfying work. I know a webmaster is somebody who manages a website, and also most of them also are involved in developing a website. So the jobs, social media management and web development are really sought after job globally and also in Nigeria, as I'm just showing you in few slides. Now you want to ask, why is this so? Why would somebody be earning as much as 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 naira from a job that seems easy? Well, it's tied basically on the fact that the global online presence have exploded seriously. So many persons are online. So this job that involves doing things online is paying big time. Let's just analyze the global online presence. Okay, now you can see data on your screen. And then the source of this data, we got it from the Digital 2021 report series published by We Are Social and Hootsuite. And some other data partners and providers are Global Web Index, Statista, AppAni, the ITU, GSMA Intelligence, and similar web, etc. And so all of these international organizations came together and they came up with this data. So what we're going to be presenting to you in the next few minutes are actually data that are quite authentic. So let's get back to the data. Now in January 2021, the population of the world stood at 7.83 billion persons. Now, out of those persons, 5.22 billion were unique phone users, and also 4.66 billion are internet users. And then active social media globally stood at 4.2 billion out of the 7.83 billion person in the world. And that's to say that over 50% of the world's population are currently on the internet and social media. But that's the global digital growth rate. The world population grew by 1.0%. Unique phone users grew by 1.8%, but then internet users grew by 7.3%, and active social media users grew by 13.2% within the period of January 2020 and January 2021. So it said that social media users number jumped by more than 13% over the past year, with nearly 500 million new users, taking the global total to almost 4.2 billion by the start of 2021. As you can see down by the bottom right-hand side of the screen, the growth is 490 billion person joined social media within January 2020 and January 2021. And he said that on the average, more than 1.3 billion new users joined social media every day during 2020, equating to roughly 15.5 new users every single second. So that's saying how much people are trooping in, joining various social media platforms, and it's still happening also. It hasn't stopped. So the figure as of now has even increased from what it was in January 2021. Okay, let's look at the Nigerian online presence. As of January 2021, it said that the population of Nigeria stood at 208.8 million persons, and the mobile connection was 187.9 million. Internet users were 104.4 million. That's over 50% of the population. And then active social media users stood at 33 million persons. So in Nigeria, we had 33 million persons actively on social media as of January 2021. But that's the growth rate. Nigeria growth rate grew by 2.6% within the period of 1 year. Mobile connection grew by 10%, but internet users grew by 22.1%, and active social media users grew by 22.2%. And let's do a comparison between the annual growth rate of Nigeria and the global growth rate, as you can see on the screen. While active internet users globally grew by 7.3%, that of Nigeria grew by 22.1%. So it is said that the growth rate of the number of internet users in Nigeria is almost triple the global internet users growth rate. That's 22.1% versus 7.3%. Also, the growth rate of the number of social media users in Nigeria is almost double the global social media growth rate. That's 22.2% versus 13.2%. So this means that the Nigerian internet and social media community is growing rapidly and a gold mine to tap into by acquisition of relevant knowledge and skills, just like you're doing now. So if the Nigerian social media space is growing so much, that's to say that you have to position yourself now with relevant knowledge and skills to be able to cash into this ever increasing gold mine. Because the high growth rate but low ratio of population to current social media user show that that positioning yourself now as an authority in this emerging market will make you a millionaire in months or few years time. So you can see that compared to the population of Nigeria, active social media user is quite small compared to the population. That's to say that there is so much more person that will be joining social media in the near future. So having the right skills now, having the right knowledge now to know what to do to harness this emerging market will make you a millionaire in the near future, if not months from now. Let's look at the time spent by social media users and internet users globally. Okay, evolution of daily time spent using social media globally. I mean, in the third quarter of 2015, people spent, on an average, people spend 1 hour 51 minutes on social media. But then in third quarter 2020, that's 5 years time, people were spending 2 hours 25 minutes on the internet. Now that's a very serious increase in the time spent by people globally on social media. We said the typical social media user now spends 2 hours and 5 minutes on social media each day, equating to roughly 17 hours or one waking day of their life every week. You know, if somebody sleeps for, let's say, 7 hours, the person will have only 17 hours to work. So if you calculate how much time people spend on social media every day and then equate it to times 7, that equates to about 17 hours, which is almost equivalent to how much somebody wakes up, stays awake on a particular day. So people are spending 1/7 of their time on social media. That's really, really huge. Okay, as you can see, Hootsuite Data 2021 report and GWI's data reveals that mobile now account for a greater amount of people's time than television. That is 4 hours 10 minutes versus 3 hours 24 minutes. So people spend 4 hours 10 minutes with their mobile phone, but they spend only 3 hours 24 minutes on television. So that's 46 minutes higher that people spend on mobile phone than on television. So you can see that the world is gradually moving away from even the television era to mobile era. And that's one reason why social media specialist or manager and web designer, those who are involved in web design, things that involves the online presence, are making so much money. However, the average internet user now spends almost 7 hours per day using the internet across all devices, equating to more than 48 hours per week online. That's 2 full days out of every 7 days. So, you know, the time people spend on mobile phone is not the only time people spend on the internet. Some persons connect to the internet by their laptop, their desktop, and all of that. So when you put all of those time people spend using the internet on all devices, it is said that it is 6 hours 54 minutes, and that's almost 7 hours per day that people spend on an average on the internet. Okay, you can see the entire time. The other data we looked at was the time spent on social media, but this is the time spent on internet as a whole. In 2015, it was 6 hours 24 minutes. Today and this year, 2020, as of 2020, it stood at third quarter 2020, it stood at 6 hours 54 minutes. So we say in the last 5 years, the average amount of time spent by internet users have grown from 6 hours 20 minutes in 2015 to 6 hours 54 minutes in 2020. Okay, effect of the internet and social media on brand discovery. As you can see on the screen, various sources by which people discover new brand are there: search engine, ads on television, word of mouth, recommendation, ads on social media, brand or product website, and all of that. They're all there. And then by the right-hand side are the percentage of the effects that these various sources have on brand discovery. And so we say search engine now have slightly more impact on brand discovery than ads on television, which is closely followed by ads on social media. So advertisement on search engine accounts for 33.9%, but television accounts for 22.6%, while social media accounts for 28.2%. However, when combined together, search engine and social media ads have far more impact on brand discovery than ads on television. I mean, combine the figure for search engine and social media, which are all online, not the traditional media, television, and all of that. It accounts for 62.1% versus 32%. So you can see that the online presence has far surpassed the traditional television and traditional way of advertising or trying to put information to people for them to get to know a new brand.
The video training program continues with money-making opportunities, the digital world and global online space as two. And this aspect of the training will be looking at time spent by Nigerians on the internet and social media, reasons why every Nigerian business needs to have a strong social media presence and use it. One of the reasons is because over 60% of time spent by Nigerians on the internet is spent on social media. Also, we're looking at overview of the digital economy, components and pillars. Also, look at steps you need to start taking today to be able to monetize your internet and social media usage. Lots of other things. I want to urge you to get that video because I think it will be informative, educative, and just one. And I trust you're going to learn a whole lot from that video. So thanks for sticking with us up to the end of this video, and then I'll see you in the next video.